Hello everyone, welcome to Home Cooking with me Hema Subramanian. Today we're going to see 4 fabulous street food recipes, starting with this nice spicy aloo sandwich, followed by this delicious Gobi Manchurian and chili garlic noodles, and to finish off we're going to see some delicious pasta with tomato cream sauce. Why wait, let's get started and check out all these delicious recipes. So first we're going to make the spicy aloo masala. For this, take a pan, add 1 tablespoon of oil, just add half teaspoon of cumin seeds, add 2 medium-sized onions chopped, 1-inch piece of ginger finely chopped, 3 green chilies chopped. Once the onions are transparent, I'm going to add all the spice powders, starting with half teaspoon turmeric powder, 2 teaspoons chilli powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon salt, half teaspoon chaat masala powder, half teaspoon garam masala powder. Mix everything. Saute it for about a minute. I've boiled about 5 medium-sized potatoes. I've removed the skin and cut it into pieces. Just add those. So make sure the potatoes are nice and soft. So once you've mixed the potatoes with the onions, you can just mash the potatoes a bit. We don't want such large pieces, so I'm just going to mash it using a potato masher. You can also use a heavy ladle. So once you've mashed the potatoes, add half cup of cooked peas. So you can also add some grated carrot. I'm also adding some chopped coriander leaves. Add the juice of 1 small lemon. Mix everything. So you can see the masalas come together so beautifully. It's a very quick and easy sandwich to make. So the masala is done. Turn off the stove and cool it completely. So now we're going to assemble the sandwich. I've taken 2 slices of sandwich bread. You can use any bread of your choice. To 1 slice of the bread, add the freshly made mint and coriander chutney. Spread some tomato ketchup onto the other slice. Place a slice of cheese on the mint chutney. So take enough aloo masala. Make sure you spread it out evenly on all sides. So I've taken 1 cheese cube and I'm going to grate it fully. You can use mozzarella cheese or processed cheese, any cheese of your choice. You can also place a cheese slice if you wish. Now close the sandwich. We're going to grill this. Just gently press it. So I'm going to grill the sandwiches. I've taken a nice grill pan. So if you have a sandwich maker, you can also use that. A sandwich grill, the electric one, you can also use that. Whatever suits you. Just spread some butter onto the pan. Place the sandwich. Just going to toast it on both sides. Apply some butter on top before you flip it over to the other side. So you can also use ghee if you like. So gently flip it over. Keep the flame on medium. So you can see the layers. There's a layer of cheese and then the aloo masala and the mint chutney, and again you can see the cheese at the bottom. Now this is actually extremely delicious. You can serve it nice and hot. For the Gobi Manchurian, I've taken a medium-sized cauliflower and you've cut into small florets. You can see it's not too big or too small, nice medium size. Next, I'm going to season the cauliflowers. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon red chilli powder. First, just gently toss it. You can just use your hands or use a spatula to mix. Because if you toss it, sometimes the pepper can go into your nose or your eyes, so just be careful while doing that. So now that we have seasoned the florets, I'm just going to add the corn flour. So I'm adding about 5 tablespoons of corn flour. and 2 tablespoons of maida. Just mix it all in. So make sure it coats the florets nicely. So if you want, you can also blanch these florets. Just put them in hot water for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can also do this, or you can directly coat them and deep fry them. So you have an option. So I'm just going to sprinkle some water, not too much, so that the corn flour and the maida sticks to the florets. Seasoning the florets will make it more flavorful and nice. So let this sit for about 10 minutes, then we will deep fry them. Take a kadai for deep frying, pour enough oil. The florets have coated beautifully. Now I'm going to just deep fry them in the oil. Keep the flame on medium. Deep fry the cauliflowers till they're a nice golden brown color. So you can see they've turned to a lovely golden brown color. Remove them from the oil and keep it aside. Next I'm going to make the sauce for the Manchurian. So we're going to make this nice gravy style Gobi Manchurian. For this, take a nice white pan, add 2 tablespoons of oil. Once the pan is hot, add finely chopped garlic, finely chopped ginger, next add 1 onion cut into small wedges, 1 capsicum cut into small wedges. Once the onions are transparent, I'm going to start adding all the sauces. Reduce the flame to a low. Add 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons chili sauce, 2 tablespoons tomato ketchup. So depending on the quantity of cauliflower that you're using, you can increase the quantity of the sauces that you're adding to give it a nice gravy consistency. So I'm just going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon pepper. Mix it all in. So add 1.5 cups of water. For the corn flour slurry, I have taken 2 teaspoons of corn flour. Pour a little water, 1/2 cup. Just dissolve the corn flour in the water. So the slurry is ready. Once the sauce comes to a boil, add 1/2 cup of diluted corn flour slurry. So this is going to instantly thicken your sauce. Gently drop the fried cauliflowers. Mix it with the sauce. I'm going to add some spring onion whites, some chopped spring onion greens, and some chopped red chili pieces. So if you don't want it a little spicy, you can just cut these down. The Gobi Manchurian in gravy looks absolutely delicious. First I'm going to cook the noodles. For this, take a pot, pour enough water. Once the water starts boiling, add a little salt. I have about 300 grams of Hakka noodles. Gently drop it into the water. When the Hakka noodles are about 90% cooked, strain them immediately. Drizzle a little oil so that the noodles don't stick. Now we are going to make the chili garlic noodles. For this, take a nice wide pan or a wok. So to this, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Once the oil is hot, add finely chopped garlic, 1 large onion thinly sliced, 1 green chili finely chopped. Saute the onions till they are transparent. Once the onions are transparent, add the other vegetables, starting with 1 carrot, medium sized. You can see it's cut into juliennes. 1 bowl of shredded cabbage, half yellow bell pepper thinly sliced, half red bell pepper thinly sliced, half green capsicum thinly sliced, to this add some spring onion whites, add 2 teaspoons vinegar, add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Next I am going to add 1 tablespoon of red chilli sauce and 1 tablespoon of green chilli sauce. If you don't have green chilli sauce, you can use 2 tablespoons of red chilli sauce and 1 teaspoon of pepper. I have not added any salt at this point because the sauces already have a lot of salt. Now start adding the cooked noodles into the wok. If you use 2 ladles to mix the noodles, it will mix better and the noodles will not break. Using tongs can be difficult to mix the noodles with the vegetables. So I have stir fried the noodles for about 10 minutes. So make sure the noodles are completely coated with the vegetables and sauce. Check for seasoning at this point. If you need more salt, you can add a little bit. So I'm just going to finish it off with some spring onion greens to give you a nice crunch. Chili garlic noodles are ready to be served. Serve it hot. Make the tomato puree. For this I am going to blanch 3 tomatoes. Once the tomatoes are blanched, peel off the skin, cool it, transfer to a mixer jar and blend it to a nice fine puree. The tomato puree is done, keep it aside. Next I am going to cook the pasta. For this, to the boiling water add half teaspoon of salt. Next add 1 cup of pasta shells. This is the elbow pasta variety. You can use any pasta of your choice for the recipe. Turn off the stove when the pasta is 3/4 done. Now you don't want to overcook the pasta because we're going to cook it again in the tomato cream sauce. Strain the pasta and keep it aside. Next I'm going to make the white sauce. For this, take a pan, add about 20 grams of butter. So the white sauce is going to be a very nice, rich and creamy sauce. Once the butter is melted, add 1 tablespoon of maida or all-purpose flour. So you need to cook the maida in butter. Reduce the flame to a low and maintain it. So now I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. Just give it a quick mix. Next I'm going to add half teaspoon of salt, some freshly crushed pepper, so you can see the sauce is thickened beautifully. So now I'm going to add 2 slices of cheese. So using a whisk will avoid any lumps in your sauce. It helps to mix the sauce nicely. The cream sauce or the white sauce is done. Turn off the stove and keep it aside. Take a nice wide pan, add 10 grams of butter, about 1 tablespoon. Once the butter is melted, I am going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Now if you don't have olive oil, you can just use regular cooking oil. So I am going to saute a few ingredients, starting with 1 tablespoon of finely chopped garlic, 1 medium-sized onion chopped, 1 small green capsicum chopped, 1 small red capsicum chopped, 1 cup of fresh corn kernels. These are cooked corn kernels. So I have added some of these vegetables. You can also add mushrooms if you like. After sauteing the vegetables for about 2 to 3 minutes, add the tomato puree. Season the vegetables with half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon chili flakes. Next add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, that is mixed herbs. If you can't find it, you can do it without it. Half teaspoon oregano. Just mix everything. Next add 1.5 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. Now this is homemade tomato ketchup. I'll give the link in the description box as to how you can make homemade tomato ketchup. You can click on the link to watch the video of tomato ketchup. Cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And now pour the white sauce into the pan. The white sauce tends to thicken when it's cooled down, so make sure you heat it gently, and if it's become too thick, you can always dilute it with a little milk or water. Wow, the sauce is coming together so beautifully. So there you have this lovely, rich, creamy tomato sauce. The flavors are going to be incredible. Now that the pasta sauce is ready, now gently drop the pasta shells. This dish is a meal by itself, so you don't need any sides, but if you do want to have some sides, you can have it with some soup or some garlic bread by the side. So I'm just going to add a few fresh basil leaves. Now this is optional. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. You can just even serve it without the basil. Basil definitely enhances the flavors of any pasta dish. Pasta and creamy tomato sauce is looking fabulous. You can see it's just perfect. Turn off the stove